Yeah, this is disturbing to think about, but you know, it happens. It's been brought to my attention that you got good morning to folks, good afternoon and whatnot. My screen needs to be cleaned off. Yeah, that's a little better. It's disturbing to think about, internet manipulation, cult-like followings, but it's stuff that's going on. I'm not gonna give anybody any free advertisement and speak their name and throw it out there. But first, thank you, Egyptian Gamer Geek. It's come to my attention that you have folks in the community that are manipulating and bullying people and taking folks in a direction where they shouldn't go. You know, I mean, it's almost like some of the stuff I'm hearing is like, I mean, some fake Jim Jones cult-like stuff going on. What's going on, Kim Sue? And the only thing I guess I can put to the fire to the thing that's going on is to tell people, to understand your worth, to understand your value. What's going on, Art? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate folks. I was really disturbed by some of the things that I'm hearing. It's behind the scenes. People trying to manipulate people for money and stuff like that. What's going on, Detox Diva? You have people out there, who have movements and are taking advantage of people's vulnerabilities and stuff like that. And one of the ways people do that, on a level which people may not know, is when you have conversations with folks, be it on the live stream, be it in the chat. What people do is they take information about you and they begin to manipulate you, through the stories that you tell them. That's one of the ways people gather stuff about you and know what to use against you. I'm going to the movies today, Egyptian Gamer Geek. I gotta see the Equalizer 2. I mean, I don't know how many movies I'm gonna see. But back to what I was saying, Detox Diva, Scott King, all you folks, welcome. I get upset because when I hear how people are being manipulated and I hear how people are being abused on the platform, this affects us all because as YouTubers, the guideline strikes and the restrictions come down even harder on regular folks just trying to make a living and do it like that. Yeah, it's funny. That's funny, Egyptian Gamer Geek. But back to what I was saying. What happens is with these people that get manipulated and bullied and used and stuff like that, one of the first things people do is they target you. I'm talking to the people that are part of these cults, that are part of these things. You get targeted. You get, put out there. They look for the vulnerabilities inside of you and they begin to say, this person has potential and that person has potential, and they bring you to them and they make promises to you that they can't keep, like I said, almost like Jim Jones, with the cyanide, drink the Kool-Aid and, all will be well, but there's specific things that people do, there's things that people say, they look at your vulnerabilities and they take advantage of it. They find ways to talk and say key words to you and things that are gonna get you on their side, and to the point where, like I said, I'm hearing people being bullied and folks are on live streams going at folks, and it's sad, it's sickening. It's really a situation where you say, is this what we want to do? As YouTubers, I mean, what happened to people making creative content? So, from like it's been brought to my attention. I guess you got folks out there that can't make great content. You got folks out there that have to do stuff like that. I'll definitely check out all those Egyptian Gamer Geek. I'm looking forward to it. You know, but the reason I came on here now, what's up, Bobby Sprinkle? The reason I came on here now is to let folks know, even though I know everybody's not going to listen, some people are into this. This is not for everybody. This live stream is not for everybody. There's some people who fall for the manipulation. There's some people who understand and may, agree with, some of the tactics that people use as it pertains to different movements. Like I said, I'm not going to give anybody any free advertisement because there are a couple of people out there that do shameful stuff. There are a couple of people out there that make you're like saying, damn, I mean, is this what we want to do as human beings? Is this how we want to put ourselves out there? Like I said, I try to shed some light on it, and this may not be the first time I speak on it. I know you told me about that, Egyptian Gamer Geek. I definitely will get back to you. This is not the first time I'll speak on a great live stream yesterday. Yeah, Bobby will keep it up. I didn't see it, but yeah, Bobby. Shout out to Bobby Sprinkle. Like I said, again, the reason I'm taking the time out to speak about this is because, like I said, this is for the people out there who are feeling the pressure, who feel like they have to succumb to the negativity of these cult-like followings or these sub for sub channels, or you have to go for whatever people are saying. You don't have to. Build your audience up. Go with the people that really care about you. Go with the people that are not, requiring money. I tell anybody, I don't care who you are on YouTube, and I might piss a couple of people off. If you go to a channel and the channel it requires you to have to spend money, it requires you to have to buy products, and requires you to have a newsletter, and requires you to have to constantly be connected to them, don't go to the channel. Leave it alone. You're being manipulated. You're being used. Now, there's a difference if people are selling something and then you have a choice whether or not you want exclusive content. There's a choice whether or not you want to be a part of, whatever movement. I am, hashtag this, or I am hashtag that, whatever, you know. But if people are requiring things from you, right off the bat, and trying to get you involved and constantly pulling you in, like I give you a for instance, if I'm saying, you want to be a part of Mel Mel's, circle, all of a sudden you have to have Doritos and stuff like that. Yeah, no, definitely. You should have legit subs. You definitely should have legit gym videos on Egyptian Gaming Geek. But there's too many times where you have these like multi-level media marketing scandals. You have these sleazy tactics. You have stuff that people take from other areas. Blockchain marketing, or not blockchain. What do you call this? I forget the word. I forget the word for it if anybody is out there. But basically, the scams that people use offline, stuff that they've used for years. Susus or Ponzi schemes or whatever the case. People bring that stuff online. I forget the terminology, the wording for it. A lot of these tricks are not new. A lot of the things that people are doing online are not new. They've learned it from somewhere, and they bring it online, and they present it new, and they actually take advantage of people. That's why I tell people, be careful who you give your story to. Be careful who you speak to. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's privately. I don't care if it's publicly. Be careful who you trust, because the moment you start speaking, the moment you start telling people a story, the moment you send somebody an email, the moment you say, oh, you touched my life, and oh, I'm so great for being a part of your community, they got you. Yeah, thank you, Bobby Sprinkle. Appreciate that. The moment you see some of these people, they're constantly like vultures. They're like leeches and stuff like that. They're trying to figure out what they can glean from you, what they can suck away from you. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are probably looking for friends, that are probably looking for people to gravitate towards. And I say be careful with that, because especially online, this is the place where if you take this thing too seriously, you will be had. I don't care who you are, even yours truly. If I take this thing too seriously, if I get on here and I don't understand the value of my real life, I have a real life. Whether I have a YouTube channel or not, I have a real life. This stuff behind me you see is real. That picture is real. I'm real. This is real. Yeah, what you're seeing on the screen, that's real, but people go inside the screen, they go inside the computer, they go inside YouTube, they get caught up in this, they start believing into the fantasy, they start getting into the lie. A lot of these folks out there that are doing these things, that are scamming and into these cult things, they don't give a damn about you. They don't care nothing about you. They don't care about your life. They don't care about what you really go through. They're looking for subscribers, they're looking for hits, they're looking for money, they're looking for fame, they're looking for notoriety, they're looking to be important. And you make them important. You make them important with the drama. You make them important when you feed into the stuff. Now, some people may not see it because they feel like maybe their channels are boosted up and maybe now more people are paying attention to me. But if you take yourself now, you separate yourself from that community, you'll find out how many people really support you and how serious it truly is. When you start going off and doing your own thing, if you don't get their blessing, then you'll find out who they really are. You'll find out what it's really about. It's about the manipulation. It's about what they could get from you. It's about, finding out as much as possible from a person, looking at their weak points, disregarding their strengths, not allowing them to be a part of, like if I was to do that, I wouldn't highlight your strengths. I wouldn't highlight what I know to be your strengths with things that you would be independent with me without. I would look at your weaknesses and so-called try to build up your weaknesses and remind you of the fact that, hey, I believed in you. Something almost like if you look at it in the record companies, the 360 deal. Like if I'm somebody that's giving you a 360 deal, which is piece of your album, piece of your touring, piece of, your branding, your shirts, your like anything that you have, appearances that you're making. So when you go on YouTube and you look at these situations like a cult, like, setting, what happens is you'll have somebody who's ahead of whatever movement. I am so and so, or I am this or whatever. And I'm not gonna say it because I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to give their cult like following or their suffer sub channel any any airplay. But what happens is they put you in like this situation where they're building up your channel, and they're helping you gain subscribers and they're helping you get attention and whatnot. But they ain't helping you edit your video. They ain't helping you be creative. They're just helping you gain attention. So now you're in a situation where you've gotten attention. You've gotten a piece of their, community or their movement or whatever that is, right? So when you start to feel some type of way, or you feel like you know what, I'm not for this. They start to remind you, hey, who believed in you before anybody else? Or, what would you be without me? Or look at you, we're part of this community and look how you've grown and stuff like that. Look at the suffer sub thing. Hey, Molly Dolly, I appreciate you. So it becomes a manipulation because of the support that you gain from this community. And they start to remind you of what they've done for you. They start to tell you, what's happened. And I tell anybody that's helped me out on YouTube to gain subscribers, anybody that's helped me out to gain notoriety, I appreciate them. I thank you. But at the same time, I'm beholden to nobody on this platform. And it becomes a problem when you get attached to these channels that now all of a sudden you're beholden to them. I dare any one of you to come up here and tell me that I'm beholden to you. I'll tell you where you can take that, because at the end of the day, you know what? You got to do the work. You got to put in the work for your channel. I don't care what community you attach to. At the end of the day, when those people get cut those checks go to them. Whoever's a part of these cults, whoever's a part of these suffer sub channels, those checks go to them for what they do. When it comes to your channel, if you get a check or if you don't get a check, that's on you and what happens. Like I said, I'm trying not to say people's names because, like I said, I don't know these folks like that personally, but I see some of the manipulation. I hear some of the things that goes behind the scenes, and I want to speak up. It's sad. It's sickening. You manipulating these people. You going after these folks. You making these people, who feel like they're vulnerable and stuff like that. You taking advantage. For you folks, there's a special place for you. We're gonna leave that alone. What's up, Fury 009? Appreciate you for coming through. But I try to highlight to the people that are in these things. This is a strategy. This is a tactic. They're using sales tactics. They're using manipulative strategies to get you to feel like there's more going on. Because the reality is, I'll tell anybody, if you're a part of this cult following, if you just took away your following from this person and you started your own thing, you would be a movement within yourself. But there are people that are good at looking at what they've done for you and saying, okay, without me, this wouldn't have happened. Or because you were part of the community, these things would have happened. People take advantage of the fact that people want subs. People want to try to monetize, on this channel or whatever. Just watch the Good Motivation Vlog. Thank you, Sherry K. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for watching that. Appreciate your support and whatnot. But back to what I was saying. As far as things go, you know what? I tell anybody, you shouldn't always. And Molly Dolly, hey to you, Molly Dolly. Sorry if I didn't say your name. Always have suspicion when people are talking about money, when people are trying to get you to buy stuff. I don't care who it is. If anybody is pushing hard for you to spend money, for you to send them things, for you to shout them out, for you to do special videos, that stuff, that's all manipulation. All of it is manipulation. All of it is to get buy-in. All of it is to see how far they can go. They do these things because they want to see how far they can go with you, how much they can manipulate you. Once they know how much you've drank the Kool-Aid, I guess for lack of a better phrase, then they got you. If they could get you to take a sip, then they get you to take another sip. If they could get you to take a whole cup, then they get you to take a whole cup. If you could take one cup, then you're going to drink the whole gallon. Once you drink the whole gallon, we got you. Now we can get you to do whatever we want to do, What's your thoughts on Patreon? Nothing wrong with Patreon, Tosh Time. There's nothing wrong with it. But my thing is this, and I say this, I'm glad you're here. As far as Patreon is concerned, as long as it's something where you let people know there's no pressure, you don't have to support, this is something that would be helpful, fine. But there should be nobody on this platform. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how great you are. There should be nobody forcing anybody or browbeating anybody to support anybody's channel, financially. There are people on here who are struggling to pay their rent. There are people on here who are struggling to get by. There's people here who want public assistance, and I hate when I see people. I'll say that word. I hate when I see people trying to manipulate folks who are weaker than them because they want some money. They want to come up on some change. Listen, if you really want that bread, if you really want that money, then you go out there and you learn how to make the content. You learn how to edit. You learn how to put together a team, and stop these little shams that you got going on and you manipulating people off to the side and whatnot. Listen, there's nothing wrong with saying I got a Patreon. There's nothing wrong with saying please buy my product and whatnot. There's nothing wrong with that. But if it's every 5 minutes you browbeating, if it's every second you telling me I gotta buy, and I gotta get, then I gotta do this. No, I mean, be honest about it. Be upfront about it. Don't make it the whole thesis of your channel. But at the same time, you know what? Hey, I'm all for people trying to get paid. Get paid. But if you got to manipulate people to get paid, if you got to remind me every 5 minutes, like we a pimp, I'm not your prostitute. I'm not out there turning tricks. I'm not on YouTube turning tricks. Oh, well, if it wasn't for me, baby, you wouldn't be nobody. You seen what I did for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it shouldn't be at that, I mean, yeah, e-begging. That's what they call it. It's out of hand. But sometimes, Molly, it's gone beyond that. It's not even e-begging. It's like e-bullying now, It's like eating in moderation, Mel. It's good to see if the product benefits you, discard it and move on. Yeah, I mean, my thing is this. It's nothing wrong with trying to make money. It's nothing wrong with somebody saying, hey, look, I have this t-shirt, I have this mug, I have this book. You know what? I got this link here. Click that if you want to support, Thank you, Bobby Sprinkle. I appreciate that. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, please support me, if you like the content on this channel and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with saying, could you please do that? But if every time it comes out of your mouth, every time I look around, it's about money, it's about what you doing for me, it's just what it is. Personally, I've been pushing payment on my channel, but it's to provide service to people that deserve it. No, Tosh, I know what you've been doing, but see, the thing with you, Tosh, when I could say about you, honestly, from watching your channel, it's not every 5 seconds, Patreon. It's not every 5 seconds, give me money. Every 5 seconds, this, that, and the third. It ain't nothing wrong with what you're doing. What you're doing is saying, all right, look, this is what it is. Check this out, and then you get into the video, or you'll say it at the end of the video. It's not the major part. When I think Tosh Time, I'm not thinking Patreon. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about when every 5 seconds is about money. When every time you turn around, it's like you coming to me, Tosh Time, and saying, well, Mel, I came to your channel, I shouted you out. Mel, some of my subscribers came to your channel, so without me, you wouldn't be nothing. And then after a while, it's kind of crazy. What's going on, Freedom Mimi Bobby? Thank you, appreciate that. So it comes to a point where I see and I hear what some of these channels do. They may not say the exact words that I'm saying, but they're constantly reminding people about what you are with the community or being in contact. Yeah, you are a pride and sister for others and false hope. Yeah, you see, that's the thing, like Molly Dolly said. See, the thing with you, Tosh Time, is if you're providing a product or a service, that's different. There's other people who want money for providing false hope, like Molly Dolly said. And that's crazy, putting links up every minute. Yeah, you do get sick of that, putting up links every 5 minutes. Like, I don't see that from you, Tosh Time. It's not every chance you turn around, it's a Tosh Time link. Oh, buy the mug. Oh, buy the lifestyle, here, what I'm saying? Yeah, people been sick asking for prayers. Yeah, sometimes there's even people out there that want you to pay for prayers. There's people I've seen out there, bigger YouTubers, and I'm not gonna say their name because, like I said, I don't want to give folks the advertisers. People that I've been subscribed to, I had to walk away from. I remember I was in a live stream chat and I was like, yeah, I like this guy. This person is a tech person and they're really good. They're connected to this one, they're connected to that one. And the dude comes into the chat and says, if you want a shout out, just hit the what you call it? What's up, Lisa? If you want a shout out, just hit the what you call it? Just drop something in the super chat. So if you give a super chat, then you get a shout out. I'm like, what? What is this? So what if I have a question? What if I have a response? What if I have some information for you? So in order for that information to get to you or that question to get to you, I got to throw money in the super chat. And this is real. This is real. Yes, Detox, this is real what I'm saying. There are people that won't acknowledge you unless you put money in the super chat. And there's other people who have put hundreds of dollars in the super chat and still didn't get acknowledged. So imagine you go to a super chat, you put $400 in the super chat, and they just look over you like they go to who they want to go to. Yeah, I don't know if that's any course, maybe because the prayers and help is in. Yeah, no, it's like that. And my thing is, I try to speak to it. I told you, yeah, no, thank you, Scott King. And I say that it's not right. It's not right. It's not cool. You know, saying it's really not. To be honest with you, what's your chances? You know, to be stressful. Yeah, no, definitely. You want to grow it organically, but even if people do stuff for subs, I'm not even judging that. I get that. People do what they got to do. You know, I ain't trying to attack the stuff for sub channels. I get it. You know, they call it community service. My part is where it gets irritating and infuriating for me is now when it comes to the money aspect, when it comes to the manipulation, when it comes to the bullying. You know, doing all right, Lisa, doing all right. It's a situation where you say to yourself, you know what, you got to say to these people out there, you know, for those that want to listen, there's more to it than this. The other guys who are successful with the GoFundMe then keep getting them for no reason. Yeah, they become greedy. It's easy to become greedy. It's easy to become manipulative for it. You know, it should be nobody's goal to get rich off of, you know, the backs of weaker YouTubers or, you know, vulnerable people. But it happens because the reality is it's easy for a lot of people. You know, it's easy to go out there and hear people's stories. Like, oh, let me hear your story and let me. And there's some people who are definitely sincere about it. I'm not gonna say everybody that tries to hear your story, you know, is not sincere about it. But there's some people who hear your story because they just want to, you know, figure out ways to pick apart. They look for the vulnerabilities and stuff like that. I'm glad I don't play pins and keep it real and share and joy. Yeah, nah, that's what it is, Bob. You want to share the joy, but unfortunately, there's not everybody. You know, there's not a lot of people out here who want to share the joy. You know, I mean, not a lot of people. There's not everybody out here who wants to share the joy. There's some people who just want to hear your story just so they can find out ways to get in there and manipulate. I'm healing well over the second. Yeah. Okay, that's cool, Molly Dolly. I'm glad you're healing up. I'm glad you're healing up. There's people who just want to find out what they can get from you so they can use it, manipulate you, and, you know, try to say, okay, well, if you just, you know, become a part of the community, if you just get this T-shirt, or, you know, if you just do a video, or, you know, if you just, you know, come up on this live stream and whatnot, you know, thank you, Bobby, I appreciate that, you know. So, and there's all these tactics that people use, and some of you folks see them. I don't have to say their names because you know who they are. You know who they are. But I'm more or less trying to speak to those people who are on the fence and may not know and may not be sure, and then to say, look, you don't have to be a part of that. You don't have to, you know, subject yourself to that, because at the end of the day, you know what, you have value, you have worth, you know, as far as who you are. You know, it shouldn't be about, you know, who you attach to on YouTube. You know, you'll grow. You know, you'll grow if you do it organically, if you begin to have a niche, if you begin to, you know, figure out, you know, where you stand, whether you want to do cooking videos or whatever the case may be, whether you want to do vlogs, whether you want to do comedy videos, whether you want to do tech videos, whether you want to do gaming videos, whether you just want to live stream. Figure out what your audience is and where your group is and where your niche is. When you go into these sub things, you know, some of them are sincere, some of them are manipulative. Some of them prey on the fact that you want to grow as a channel and you may want to take the shortcut. Listen, don't believe the hype. And on the flip side, you know, there's some of us, you know, even yours truly, who may have wanted to try to grow and take that shortcut. But, you know, I said to a younger one time, sometimes you take so many shortcuts, it's like you're just going in circles. You're just chasing your tail, you know. So, you know, you should want to be around people who really care about you for being you. You know, you should want to be around people who care about your channel, whether you have 11 subs or 11,000. You know, you should be like I know Tosh Time is sincere with me because she doesn't have to come here. She has thousands of subscribers on both channels. She comes here because, you know, she's cool. You know, same thing with the rest of you. You know, Bobby, Molly, Sherry K. You know, and back and forth. Even some trolls to come here. We talk. We chop it up. You know, it should be about the personality. People should care about you for you, not for what you can do for their channel, not for what you can do for their movement. I mean, it ain't about what you can do for Mel. When you come here, look, I enjoy watch time. I enjoy people coming here and talking to me and stuff like that. But what I'm more concerned with about each and every one of you, whether I like you or not, is your character. Who are you personally? Can I have a conversation with you? Can I relate to you? You know what I'm saying? So that's what it should be about. Yeah, Sherry K. Yeah, Touch Time. It should be about, can we, oranges? Woo! Is there something you can gain from that person? Is there something when I walk away, it's not just a feeling. Like with Touch Time, you can gain tips from her. You can find things that'll help your life. That's why it makes sense with what she's doing, Patreon and other ways that she's got it going. Let me see what Detox Diva was saying. A few months ago, I had someone attack me on my channel because I wouldn't allow them to support for support, but it doesn't work. Yeah, I remember that, Detox Diva. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, Scott King. And it's sad that it's like that. People, and I'm glad that you brought that point up, Detox Diva, because people try to bully you because you don't want to support certain things. And I say to anybody, look, we are grown adults. We are grown adults. This ain't high school. This ain't high school. Look, all that bullying and peer pressure, no offense for what I'm about to say, but if you're offended, I understand. We ain't kids. We ain't kids. The kids go through that. The kids go through that. We're adults. All that you gonna bully me and you gonna do all this stuff. Like I said, we ain't in high school. If legal action has to be taken, then legal action has to be taken. So my thing is, understand your worth, understand your value. If somebody's talking crazy, you address them, you keep it moving. You definitely keep it moving. All this, I'm going to bully somebody and I'm going to force you, into support and loyalty and stuff like that. I mean, for what? Like I said, yeah, you have a message and then you message to the people you want to hear it. So that's when I came back to interact with you. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. I think you're talking, I don't know if you're talking to me or Tosh Time, but, it's all good. But it's like understand where you stand. Don't let people make you feel like what, you're nothing without them. Because at the end of the day, I'm seeing on here, like somebody put in the private chat or side chat somewhere, how there was a channel with over 300,000 subscribers that lost their channel. There was another channel with 100,000 subscribers lost their channel. So you can gain subscribers, and have their subscribers and still lose your channel. You can have a whole bunch of fake people supporting you. I mean, I don't want anybody out there supporting me just because they're part of some kind of movement. You can keep it over there. I mean, if anybody's been paying attention to my channel, I've been purposely not trying to grow as much this year. I don't want the suffer subs. I don't want dead subs. I don't want people that's attached to my channel because of what they think they can get from me. And then at the same time, when I don't give you what you want, now you're going to do an attack video. You're going to do an attack live stream. Listen, I tell anybody out there, if you got 3 hours to waste talking about me on the live stream, you have no life. I'll say that again. I don't care who you are. You can be my mama. If you got 3 hours to waste on a live stream talking about me and just bashing me, you got no life. And if you're doing it at anybody else, if you're taking 3 hours, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to bash another person because they don't want to support your channel, they don't want to support your movement, you have no life. You have no life. I don't know what to say about you. Maybe you need Jesus. I don't know. Because there's so much going on. There's so many things you can do. You could do a DIY video. You could do a tips video. You could do a tech video. You could sit there and play a game. You can sit there and just play Call of Duty, and that would make more sense than you getting on there. And shout out to the Call of Duty people and the Fortnite people. I ain't knocking you. It would make more sense for you to sit there and just play a video game than to be sitting there bashing somebody and coming at people, about nonsense or whatever the case may be, because it's a waste of time. And then they look at us as YouTubers and say, well, is that what they do? I mean, yeah, life is so short. Why be hurtful to others? But I get it. On the flip side, I get it. There are people that may feel bad about themselves. Maybe you don't love yourself. Maybe there's inadequacies and insecurities that you have about yourself, and you try to push that on other people, because that's the key that people don't understand as well. Somebody who's very insecure can easily spot it in other people. They can say, you know what? I see the vulnerabilities because I have vulnerabilities myself. I identify well because, I'm weak myself. So I could definitely see the weakness in you. Or, I'm somebody who's manipulative. So I could definitely see how to manipulate you. And that's what happens. Because it's hard for somebody who's manipulative, right, to manipulate somebody who's not looking for the con or who's strong or whatnot. And you don't want to say it like that, but sometimes, that's the reality. They say it's like it's hard to con an honest man, an honest woman, if that's not what you're looking for. And you could be somebody who was strong in one moment, but in the next moment you're looking, at that point of weakness, or you're looking for that point, where you allow yourself to be vulnerable, and they sneak in and then they do what they do. And I get it. I get it. There's people out there that want attention. There's people out there that want that support. Yeah. I mean, there's keyboard warriors out there, Barbie. But for the keyboard warriors, it's like I was telling somebody in a personal conversation. I won't say who. The truth is, what's up, Brown Dwarf? The truth is that it's not real. A lot of this stuff is not real. This is why I say to the people that are following some of these movements or these channels and so forth, you don't even know if that person is who they say they are, or if they're playing a character. Like I said, there's a lot of people who get on YouTube and they act. They put on a role. Like I said, this is me. This is me. I'm here with my shirt. I'm chilling. I ain't got no role. I ain't putting on no special nothing. This is who I am. You see me in my bathrobe. You see me in my bathroom. You see me in my bedroom. You see me in my living room. You seeing me. This is me. I'm in my shorts and my army shirt. This is who I am. Like I said, I'm not asking you for no money. I'm not asking you to support a special cause. I'm not telling you, you ain't nothing without me. Look at some of the attention I got to you and gave to you. I'm not trying to bully nobody into supporting me. And this is true because, like I said, I've had live streams where there was one person, yes, Fury, you see me washing dishes. You see me walking to work. You see me talking to people. I've done live streams with people that was in the hallway selling drugs. Like I said, I've done live streams with people who was in the hallway selling drugs. I had to shut down the live stream and so it's not about the hustle. So when you see people having to put on a front, and don't get me wrong, if you got a green screen in the back of you, if you see me put on a suit, you see me eating oranges, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But the question is, who are you seeing? What are you putting? You get what you see. I mean, no beggar act. And this is the part where I say to people who are supporting these things. The thing, hey, you're a spiritual hustler, ain't nothing wrong with that. But this is the thing where I say to people, if you don't hear nothing that I'm saying, if this doesn't matter to you, if this doesn't resonate to you, that's fine. But one thing I say is I want you to question, who is that person that you're supporting? That's what I want people to get. If any of you folks that are a part of these movements, question, is that person who they say they are? Is that person really that person that says, I am so-and-so, or I am this and support this movement, or sub for sub this, or, you're a part of this? That's what I want that comes out of this whole thing. Is that person who they really say they are? And if they aren't who they say they are, and you support them, what does that say about you? And maybe there's a reflection, a self-reflection, or a modesty self-effacing that needs to happen. I know some people don't want to hear this. I got you, Detox Diva. You do what you got to do. Flip it into the positive. But I see people sometimes blindly following without questioning who they're following. I don't care who it is. I mean, each and every one of you, like I said, I question who you are, and I know isn't a bad thing. Is Detox Diva who she says she is? Is Tosh Tom who she says she is? Is Barbie who she says she is? Just like I want you to question who I am. Is Fury 9 say who he is? Investigate. Really interact with people. That's what it is. So like I said, you do have people that front. You do have people that front. People put on a role. And I try to really relate that. Yes, people are actresses and actresses. I mean, just because you see somebody sitting in their house, just because you see somebody, live streaming or in the moment, doesn't mean they're not playing a role. I see you, Bigfoot Hunter. I see you. But and you look at that, and sometimes, listen, there's nothing wrong with playing a role. There's nothing wrong with I guess, doing your part, entertaining somebody or whatever the case may be. But when you're using that to manipulate people and take advantage of them and pretending to be somebody you're not, and for the sake of actually, getting something from them and gaining something from them, and then telling them that you're real and you're about this and you're helping them when you're not, you're just selling false hope. That's where the problems start, because now you have some really good people, probably some bad people. Some people may have deserved it. I don't know. Who are being manipulated, because, that's what it is. Your channel is about education. I know, Browndorf, your channel is about educating people on where they can find Bigfoot, Sasquatch, but if you do find them, then, that's what it is. And like I said, I'm not trying to browbeat anybody. I'm not trying to attack anybody. This is not an attack video. I just say this because I've seen there's some people in the community who are worried about this thing. There's some people in the community who are feeling like, what, hey, what do we do? How can we combat this? How can we come at this and whatnot? And one of the ways I say that is, first off, questioning who you're following. That's the first thing. Question who you following. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. I mean, question who you spend your time with online. If you have to take a break and back up, you want to find out who you following, step back for 30 days. Start to look from the outside looking in. Find out. Find out who you really are. Take a step back and see how they treat other people. Start seeing them with a clinical eye, and you start to begin to see who you're really following. And then on the other end, look at what you're sharing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah. Listen, it is what it is. Yeah, I hear you. Some people are on the bandwagon, some people are not. And I'm not saying against anything somebody being on the bandwagon. If you're on the bandwagon and you're on the right bandwagon and you getting the love that you're supposed to be getting, and you connected to some kind of communities, because there's just some really good communities out there to be connected to. But it shouldn't be a situation where you're constantly being manipulative, or having to pay money, or having to buy products, or having to be a part of stuff. Like, I'm on YouTube, and there's a lot of y'all that are cool and but I'm not trying to give you all my personal information. I'm not trying to spend too much of my time with you. I'm not trying to give you all the details of my life. And that's another thing too. I tell anybody, be careful who you talk to on this internet. I don't care if it's in a private hangout. I don't care if it's on the phone. I don't care if it's on the live stream. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you say. Be careful how much of yourself you give. If I got 3 kids and a wife and a mistress off somewhere, maybe that ain't for you to know. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to have a drink with my homies downtown, or if I'm going to chill outside, maybe that ain't for you to know. Some of y'all folks be putting yourselves out there because you'll meet somebody for 5 minutes and then you telling them everything about your life. Yeah, I'm gonna be over here at the bodega, and then I'm gonna go to work for 8 hours, and then I'm gonna go to my girlfriend's house, and I'm gonna chill with the mistress, and then I'm gonna make a phone call with this YouTuber, and then I'm gonna live stream about. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you telling everybody what you're doing? Like you're open book? No. It's the old saying, trust but verify. Like the old Russian proverb. Reagan said, trust but verify. Yeah, I could trust you, but let me verify if I should even be telling you that stuff. And I'll tell you vice versa. Don't be telling me all your business, because I don't want to know everything and anything about you. I don't need to know everything about you. There's certain things that people shouldn't know. It's like I said to folks, like the old timers told me, let people earn your trust. Let people earn your love. Like a lot, and shame on a lot of you folks that are just giving yourself willfully. Don't just give yourself willfully to a stranger. You don't know this person. You don't know these people. You don't even really know me. You don't even really know me. You know parts of me. I'm on this live stream. I'm here, but you don't know. I could be the worst villain in the world. I could be a murdering, killing, whatever. Like I said, I mean, yeah, you got no fear, man. I just got killed. You got no fear. But find out who you talking to. Give it time. Let people reveal themselves over time. I mean, it's more to it, because people sense this. They see the vulnerability. They see the wanting, the willingness to wanting to be connected. And there's nothing wrong with us wanting to be. I could be Matt Dillon. I mean, like I said, to do Al Capone, whoever. Like I said, I could be somebody totally different offline. Find out first. Verify I am who I am. Get to know me over time. Some of these things that I see y'all folks doing on these sub channels and the following of these people, that stuff you shouldn't even be getting into until you know somebody for 2 and 3 years. Like some of the stuff that y'all be telling each other, it should be like 5-6 years down the road. It should be like, oh, we've been on YouTube since 2005 or 2013, and now it's 2023 or something like that. No. Wait till then. Get to know people, meet up, find out who folks are, try to get to know people over time. They got you. When you go, listen, if somebody puts up a channel today, right? and they're finding out all your personal history by tomorrow. They got you. They got you. They already got you because you gave up the ghost. There was nothing to learn. There was nothing to see. There was no guards up. There was no protections. And then what happens is you have people that do these videos and they come to the community now. Now you hurt, you know. Now you dejected. Now you shocked, you know. I mean, and it's and you know what I'm talking about, Bob. You know, and some of us have been through that. You know, I mean, say no, there's nothing wrong with being connected to the community. You know, Detox Diva. There's nothing wrong with being connected to the community. I don't want anybody to knock that, but how much you share with the community is important. You should not be sharing all your personal history and your anxieties and your wants and your fears and your dreams and your hopes with everybody. If you find one or two people that you click with over time and you share things with them and it grows, fine. But you shouldn't be in a community about 50,000 people and then 10,000 of them know all your stuff. You know, my 2 cents. Hold on, my 2 cents is YouTube should be fun to a certain extent, entertaining for viewers. If you go to a channel and it doesn't feel fun, then that's your sign to let it go. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Tosh Tom on that. Definitely. You know, if it's a situation where things are not fun, if I say to add to that, if it's manipulative or if it's a situation where people are forcing you or making you feel like you have to do something that you don't want to do, you know, yeah. And I say that, Sky Kings, you know, time is what it takes. I say eat, but I'll say to this that Taj Tom, even if it's fun there, it should be a situation where it's fun, but you shouldn't feel like you have to be forced to do anything. You know, it should be a situation where you can come in, you can have fun, you can go back, you can have conversations, do whatever it is that you do, and keep it moving. It shouldn't be a situation where, you know, you come there and then you stop showing up and then people are bullying you and then there's attack videos. It's like if you stop showing up to my channel, Tosh Time, and then all of a sudden I'm going to do an attack video. Oh, look at Tosh Time. She's too big for Mel. Mel, what? Ah! You know, like, come on. What's all that about? You know? Oh, speaking of that, I will say quite a few people opened up a lot of information to me with stuff I ideally didn't need to know. Well, and I'll say this, Fury 009, when it comes to that. On the flip side, if you're in a channel, yeah, no, I know that's why I said that, but it shouldn't be that. You know, this is what I'll say to that, Fury 009, when it comes to, you know, people telling you stuff. Now, there are going to be people that confide in you. There are going to be people that tell you stuff that, I know. There's going to be people that tell you stuff, Fury 009, and I'll say sometimes they have to speak to somebody. So in that instance, I say be very careful to guard people's personal information. People will try to infiltrate Detox Diva. You know, because there are people that come with personal information to you and tell you stuff about them, maybe stuff that you may not need to know. What's up, Lulu? Appreciate you for coming through. But what you do is, thank you, thank you, Sky King. What you do is you try to keep it in confidence. And, you know, and I say to people out there, if you really care about people, you get power by the secrets that you gain from people. When people, you know, tell you their secrets, that gains you power, you know, over, you know, different situations, and guard that with care. Because when people trust you enough to tell you about something and give you their secrets and really confide in you, you just try to deal with that the best as possible and, you know, make sure you keep that conversation between you and them. Sometimes there's going to be people that no matter what, they're just going to talk to you. Like, I'll give you a story. I'm working at the church, right? This is years ago, right? And I'm standing there as an usher. I'm just an usher. I'm doing my thing in the church. And the guy comes up to me and he wants confession, you know? And I'm telling him, look, I'm not a priest. The confessions is over and this, that, and the third. So the guy was so hard up that he told me, you know, what his confession was. I'm not going to say what his confession was. I'm literally standing there. And he's just giving me this stuff and telling me these things that I didn't really need to know, and I couldn't really help him, and he just had to tell somebody something. So sometimes people tell you stuff, and you know, you just listen. Sometimes you're just there to listen, you know. But on the flip side of it, I say guard that, you know, with care, you know, because there are a lot of people out there who just need somebody to talk to and somebody to confide in and whatnot, you know. So I mean, sometimes you can't help it. You may not want to know it all, but you know, it's what it is. Example, I was a friend with it. Sorry, friends. Yeah, she's not again. Well, I mean, that happens, Detox Diva. Sometimes you have people that lie on you and create these master fabrications and whatnot about, things that you've done when you really didn't do them and stuff like that. Yeah, well, that's when it gets real, when it's in person and social media. I'll tell anybody when the drama starts going off of social media, that's what it is. Yeah, well, Sherry K, they were trying to make me that in that instance. It is what it is. Thank you, Tosh Time, for coming by. I appreciate you. I don't know how much you saw, but I appreciate it. Always a pleasure, Tosh Time. Thank you for your adding your piece to the conversation. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on, but it is what it is. At least the dude went for yeah, no. Yeah. But that's just what it is. Thank you, Tosh Time, and definitely keep doing what you do. Big supporter of your community. I gotta come by and see your latest videos anyway. But I just had to speak on this because, like I said, I was hearing some things from the community. I was just putting it out there, saying, like, I know a lot of people may not want to hear this message, and a lot of people may not get this message, but I know somebody out there is going to hear this live stream, and it may resonate with some people. If I could get just one person to think about what I'm saying, that's a part of those communities, then it was worth it, because it's important. I was blocked by a big channel because I was funny. Yeah. Well, that can happen. You might have been Scott King. Another driver started on social media, did a K1 on YouTube. Well, that's even worse. I've been there, Detox Diva. I've been there where you've had drama with people offline and they try to bring it online. I'll tell anybody, when you have drama offline and they try to bring it online, that's when I have to block you with extreme prejudice. I've had to do that on my own YouTube channel. I'm not going to get into who it was. If anybody was around, they know, they see what it was, but I don't have time for that. We're not going to play those games. That's when it's going to get into legal things, So you want to be offline and you want to bring it online because you clout chasing. Detox Diva, I understand totally. Believe me, I've been there. It is not fun, But yeah. But on the flip side of it, with people online, trying to create drama or getting caught up in the negativity, nah, don't play. Yeah, don't play. Block it, delete. Yeah, no time for that nonsense. Because there's so much more to do, and I get it. Listen, I get it. To the people that go for the drama, for the people that want the negativity, I get it. Maybe you lack creativity. Maybe this is how you're gonna get it. You think you want to go for the shortcut. You want to go for the gusto. I get it. I totally get it. But there's some really good people on here. What's going on, Salty Nuts? Appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Mr. Peanut, formerly known as Salty Nuts. There you go. Thank you for coming through. I just don't like the manipulation because at the end of the day, it's not a fair fight. Let's just be real. You ain't manipulating somebody that's seeing you coming from a mile away, and you going head up with somebody that knows the tricks and all that stuff. You going for people who are vulnerable, people who are desperate. I just gotta say it. I'm doing good. I'm just talking about the manipulation, the bullying, the people taking advantage of folks that are weaker than them. The people that are bullying folks that may not want to be a part of a community. I wish somebody would bully me and try to get me to be a part of some damn community. I wish, come, please try to bully me. Please, I have something for you. Let me stop. They might come over and say, like, come on, man. Come on. I mean, I let me not invite the drama. But the reality is, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. It ain't real. It's people just trying to manipulate you because they're clout chasing. They have things that they want. They have, particular, views that they're trying to get. They got subscribers. They got a base that they're trying. It's unfortunate discernment can be used as a weapon. Yes, Grant Hubbard, Thirsty Thursdays. Appreciate you. It's not funny at all when the YouTube bullies come out and lie and throw videos up. All their bashing is crazy. Nah, it is. It's crazy because you know what? The platform wasn't created for that. Shout out to Grant Hubbard. Always a pleasure to see you, sir. The platform wasn't created for people to be bullied. The platform wasn't created for people to make bash videos. It wasn't created for the sub nonsense that people got going on. But unfortunately, it happens. And it gives other YouTubers out there that are trying to really do something impactful a bad name, Listen, Grant, you're an awesome individual. When I have Grant Hubbard here, Tosh Time, and a couple of other folks that came through in the same day, it is a pleasure. Shout out to Grant Hubbard. He's the one that does the YouTubery. So he's an awesome dude. Like I said, I encourage people to check out Grant Hubbard. He's a big guy with a big heart. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You know, definitely somebody. It can make good people look really bad when they are. Yes, Sherry K. The bashing, the manipulation, the bullying can make people look bad when they really aren't. It can make people turn against each other. It's all kind of stuff. Well, Grant, it's true. It's true, man. I mean, me and you, I mean, we haven't had a lot of conversations, but from the conversations that we had, I know you're a real stand-up guy. You know, I know you don't do anything to hurt anybody in the community. I've heard nothing but good stuff from you and about you. And I encourage people to definitely check out Grant Hubbard. You know, he does his thing. You know, it's like it's a big man with a big heart. You know, literally big guy. You know, the man I got to look up to. You know, like it's all good. Hopefully you feel better, Bobby. You know, what I'm saying, sorry that you're sick and whatnot. You know, but definitely that's what that is. You know, and the reason, like I said, I did this video is because I heard some negative things. You know, that I really wasn't too happy about behind the scenes, and hopefully this gets to the people that it needs to get to. I can't say whether or not, somebody will hear this and it'll resonate with them. I don't know. I encourage people to share it, or, take the piece of it that, you think somebody needs to hear, and let them know. And I tell people out there, you don't have to come online and let yourselves be manipulated. I think that share the next one. Yeah. Are you still on strike? Oh man, sorry to hear that, Grant. Sorry to hear that. But you got to do what you got to do. I don't know. I mean, I just look at it this way. I say we could be so much better, on YouTube. We could be so much better than what the platform is as it pertains to, the smaller YouTube community and people, taking the time out to really just, use this for negative, and that doesn't help anybody. Reality. The reality of it is this: when one channel bashes another, when one channel is in a drama-filled conflict, that doesn't help any one of us, because what happens is this: when they see the manipulation of one channel or a few channels, or the drama between other channels, that affects everybody. When the guidelines come down, when restrictions are laid down, everybody is affected by that, and it's something that we all have to deal with. They don't say, hey, is that channel over there manipulating those people? Is that channel over there selling t-shirts? Is that channel bullying through live streams? It's just that channel. No, they say, okay, to be fair, let us go and give it across the board. Like look at the whole Logan Paul situation. Logan Paul was a bigger YouTuber. He did something, and guess what? That affected a whole bunch of smaller YouTubers and people losing channels and folks getting banned and deleted and all that stuff. So it affects everybody. Yeah, Grant, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, I just tell people to think about it, and if you don't care, screw you too. But the reality of it is, there's more. There's better we can do. There's still a lot of people out there with great content. There's still people out there trying to help and uplift the community and stuff like that. There's folks out there, who really, give a damn about, people and their well-being and their wherewithal, And I encourage people to, fight to the good fight to be positive, fight to, be entertaining, fight to have, the good content, the family, the wholesome, uplifting content, or whatever the case may be. It says, yeah, well, I mean, Bobby, again, thoughts and prayers with you, like I said, hopefully you get well soon, or, if it's a situation, I'll try to, get in contact with you and whatnot, but, we all go through things and whatnot, and sorry about that, Barbie, but, wow, I didn't even know. Jamaica would make me feel better. That's funny. I don't know why you said Jamaica, but that's what it is. I'm debating if I should go an hour, but I'm probably going to try to cap this off at an hour, because I'm basically about to do an hour. Thank you for the 10 people to come through. I didn't even know this many people was actually going to come through and listen to this. I thought maybe I have about 5, 6 people at most, at best, in this. But I guess a lot of people are affected by this, the bullying and stuff like that. And I understand for the people that are being bullied. I understand what you may be going through. I may understand that this is a situation that may not feel, great for you. Yes, Bobby. Yeah, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried, Bobby, because I do want you to feel better. I do want you to be healthy and whatnot. So, health. If you don't got health, then what else do you have? What I'm saying? What else do you have? I mean, if you're not healthy, You can't do YouTube videos. You can't work. Can't do stuff that you want to do or be active in, I guess mobile in the communities and stuff that you're in. But yeah, that's what that particular situation is. So. Heck yeah, I just got back from the ML in Mexico, the Cayman Islands, Bahamas. I was fortunate to take a 7-day cruise. Well, you stay taking some cruises, man. I need to take a cruise myself, Grant. I think I got to get a passport and start getting out there. I'm not a big cruise guy because you get on that boat and start shaking. I'm thinking about Titanics and all that stuff, but yeah, I would like to get some of that free food that they got out there, the all-inclusive stuff, and go out there and see the countries and whatnot. Mexico would be a cool thing. That's kind of crazy. The Cayman Islands and all that stuff. I would definitely like to see what's going on out there. Shout out some people. Let them know Mel Mel is worldwide. Plug the YouTube channel. I don't know. But yes, that is fantastic, Grant, as Bobby was saying. I encourage people to go out there and live life. Get some free time out there. If you go take a cruise, go take a cruise. I got people calling me for a cruise. Got a few vids out about it. Yeah, I'm gonna go check you. I'm definitely gonna have to go check you out after this, man. Definitely. East Dad. Woo! East Dad. What's up? What's up, bro? It's been a while. East Dad. ED. Yeah, I won't say ED because those initials stand for other things too. But yeah. East Dad. Welcome to the live stream. I'm just talking about manipulation, bullying, and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy. Like I said, some of the things that go on in the community. And I try to tell people out there, that are in this, how many times they fall off. Yes, that's funny. That's funny. Oh my God. Time reveals. Appreciate you for coming through. You're one of the people that I do these earlier live streams for because I know you're a supporter. I appreciate you and whatnot. That's funny. That's funny. I was trying not to go there, East Dad, but it is what it is. I hope you get to indulge in the cruise and take trips. Yeah, I will. But time reveals. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you for coming by. I encourage people to check out Time Reveals. Cool channel, cool family over there. Very awesome. I encourage any of you to check each other out. No sub for sub business, but like I said, if you see somebody that interests you, then go check out their channel. That's their whole thing. But yeah, Bobby. Once upon a time, I probably will get to take a cruise. I just got to pull myself away from work. I mean, I do have the time, I do have the money. I just got to pull myself away and go do it. But that's what it is. I dig it, and I want to say, that's funny. That's funny. It's funny. As long as you didn't fall off, what I'm saying? You don't want to fall off the stool. But yeah, time reveals. East Dad. I was just to wrap it up. I was just talking about the internet bullying, the manipulation, the stuff that people go through. Just telling folks to be careful. Who you give your information to. Be careful who you following. No matter how a person seems, take time out to really, look at them, watch their videos, see their content, look at how they interact with other people. How they speak about their family, what they're asking you for. What it's like if they're asking you for something that you probably shouldn't be giving them, then that's something you may want to pay attention to. So yeah, time reveals. It's definitely a situation where I tell people don't be so quick to you know, be a part of this. There, I was 5 minutes behind you on this. I was 5 minutes behind on this conversation. Yeah, Lulu. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, I went in. Working my butt off, right? But now I like stop. Yeah. Nah, it's all good, East Dad. It's all good. I appreciate you for coming through. I appreciate, everybody for coming through, just really hearing what I have to say, But you know what it is, Lulu. Like I said, I've heard some stuff and I didn't want to just not speak on it. I mean, now do I have to do a whole bunch of videos and attack videos at certain people? No, I don't. There's ways to really address topics without having to go, deep into it and give people, what for and whatnot. But the reality is like, this the manipulation, wow. I was thinking about that. Like, well, I'm not even gonna go there. You're funny. I'm gonna leave that one alone. But the negativity and things that people use YouTube for, it wasn't meant to be that way. It wasn't. It really wasn't. So it's kind of crazy. But I don't know. Like I said, hopefully this conversation need a board. Do I need a board or I don't know what you said. I got sidetracked because of some of the stuff that said, that said in the chat. Oh my god. Oh my god. This isn't even the late night chat, but I ain't gonna repeat those days because I don't want anybody flagging me. But yeah. You're funny, Sky King. Yeah. I just got sidetracked. I'm about to hop off of here because I got some things that I want to do. And I got some people that I got to meet up with, you know. Thank you, Bobby. But if I have a great stream, usually it's because of you folks in the chat. Always, as always, you know what I'm saying? And you folks make it worthwhile, you know. Thank you, Grant. I definitely will check out your channel, you know, and I'm going to check it out right after this. Bobby, I will try to send a message to you. We'll talk, you know, blessings to you as well. Always, time reveals. Always appreciate you. I got to stop by your channel as well. You know, a couple of folks I got to get to. I know Lulu probably got up some kind of cute, you know, ferret or rat video or something like that. You know, it's definitely cool. And see, this is what the community should be about. Sherry K, I appreciate you as well. You know, East Dad, you know, Sis Dad, you know, um, I don't know why I'm thinking about creative redundancy. Fury 009, Scott King. You know, thank you, Scott King. You've definitely been, you know, an enjoyment. You know, all of my videos a few weeks. So it's all good. It's all good. Nothing wrong with that. You know, my views will be up to date though. You know what I'm saying? My views could be right now. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for being you as well, Barbie and Lulu. Take care definitely and stay blessed. I appreciate you for being who you are. You know, thanks for bringing certain things to my attention. I appreciate that, Lulu. You know, and as always, I tell people spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Thank you. See you later. Appreciate you. You already know. Ah.